Hello, good morning. Welcome to CauseVox's fundraising summit on personalization. We're excited to have you join. Welcome. I'm excited to see everyone joining our summit for today. We're going to be talking about personalized donor experiences to increase your fundraising results. My name's Jenna Notarfrancesco. I work at CauseVox, and we also are joined by Rob Wu, our CEO and co-founder. So we are going to be getting started in about 7 or 8 minutes, around 10 a.m. Eastern, just to give us a little time for everybody to join from, West Coast folks. It's early. I know thank you for being here with us. You're dedicated. Yeah, just a little bit of housekeeping as well. I'll mention this again later, but this webinar summit is being recorded. And so, you don't have to take a bunch of notes. We're going to be sending you the notes, the recording, and we have a couple fun things as well for today. So for everybody involved here, we're going to be giving a couple participation prizes. So if you want to follow along with us and chat us in some answers, we're going to be giving a $20 donation to the lucky participation folks, people who have participated the most. And so we encourage you to hop in the chat whenever you can.
And how many of those participation prizes are we giving away?
Yes, so we'll be giving out 6 participation prizes throughout the day. So yeah, you'll want to be chatting it up however you do it, But yeah, I guess we can get started with that as well. Just curious, this is a summit on fundraising. So we want to help you with any fundraising needs you have. So our question is, what is one pain point that you have in your current fundraising, whatever you're doing right now? So if you want, you can chat us in. What are you struggling with in fundraising these days? Feel free to let us know your name, your organization, and that one question or that one pain point that you have with fundraising. And hopefully we can answer it for you today. But yeah, I guess it's pretty close to 10 o'clock.
Yeah, we'll be getting started in about 5 minutes. So while we wait for the top of the hour, while the folks join, feel free to get relaxed. We have a huge lineup of speakers. Well, Jenna, we have 9 or 10 speakers, I believe. So we've been working with them really closely on personalizing this summit for you about personalization. So thematically, we're really excited that we get to speak about this topic, but also related to the fundraising work that you're doing. So we're super excited. As Jenna mentioned, we will have this session will be recorded fully. So even if you can't join us the whole day, which I know for a lot of folks is very difficult to, but we'll be sending out the recordings as well as the slides. In addition to that, we have a bunch of freebies too. So templates, guides, all that stuff will be included in a follow-up email probably around tomorrow as the time frame. And then very lastly, we do have some participation prizes. So as Jenna mentioned, we have participation prizes. So for folks to get engaged, I know it's kind of difficult to always get the most out of the virtual sessions. We're not in the same room. So we're offering a few prizes for folks where you can chat us in, use Q&A function of Zoom in order to engage not only the panelists, but also the audience. So feel free to participate, share your insights, share your experiences. We want to make this as engaging as possible. All right, so super excited. So I guess I have one question though, for the folks who are with us today. What is your number one fundraising challenge today? I'm always curious to see what is your number one fundraising challenge. So if you do have a chance, click on the chat box or the Q&A box. Feel free to put that in, and then we'll read out some of those answers. In the meantime, we do have a bunch of folks who joined us today. As of this morning, we have over 700 registrations to our fundraising summit this quarter. We're doing several of these this year. So for this go around, 700 y'all fundraising professionals have joined us today. have registered. So we're really excited for you. We see a bunch of folks who are attending right now. So just want to give a shout out to a few random folks. So Amy, thanks for joining us today. Cassie, Christy, Deborah, Jeffrey, Jennifer, Jessica, all you folks, Tiffany, Veronica, thank you for joining us today. And we hope you get some value out of the sessions today. One of the things that Jenna, I'd love you for you to check is just make sure to double check kind of the webinar settings for the chat. So I would love to be able to make sure that folks can engage on that side. We will be getting started shortly in about 2 minutes. So feel free to just hang out, relax, and we'll be with you in just 2 minutes.
Yeah, I believe everyone should be able to chat in. So if you want to try that one more time for all of our participants.
Awesome. Yeah, that sounds great. Well, thank you, Laura, for pointing it out in terms of the chat. So Robert, Scott McKenzie, thanks for chatting us in right now. So it looks like that is working now. So good thing for a few minutes before the hour until we get started.
Yay, technology.
That's right.
Awesome. Hello, Deborah. I see your message. And Laura, thanks. Fundraising ideas. We should have lots of those today for you.
Yes, we do have a few resources already, but we have this guide on 200 plus fundraising ideas. They're very general, but I think something that's really interesting is about fundraising ideas and how you can personalize the experience for your donors. So I'm really excited to hear from our speakers on that.
Yeah, absolutely. We have an incredible lineup, and yeah, we'll get to the agenda in just a few minutes. But first, Rob is going to give us a quick intro, and then we will get started. But thank you so much for everyone who's chatted in.
All right, Jen, I think we're at the top of the hour, 10 a.m. Eastern.
We made it.
So should we get started?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Welcome to the Fundraising Summit Personalized Impact. My name is Rob Wu, CEO and co-founder of Coswalks. This has been my baby for 14 years running Coswalks, so I love it. I still love serving nonprofits. And fun fact about me, I actually do have a little baby, but he's actually 4 years old now, so I guess he's not a baby, but that's my other baby. So welcome to the Fundraising Summit. You're on with Rob Wu. I'll be one of your hosts today as part of the summit. And then you're also on with Jenna Notarfrancesco, my colleague. So she'll be running the ship over here while I co-host with her. So welcome to the Fundraising Summit. Today, we're going to talk about personalized impact, how you can craft these personal donor experiences that really increase results. So a few housekeeping items to start is that this session is being recorded fully, so you have full access to it for free. We'll also be taking all the sessions and writing notes on every single session for you. So summaries and notes, you can use that as a refresher, as well as you can pass that along to your colleagues if there's some tidbits you want to share with them. So all that will be provided for free. Everything in regards to the summit has been underwritten by Coswalks, as well as our collection of speakers. So there's no charge for anything. In addition to that, we got them to provide a lot of free templates and guides as well, so that you can take those resources and help enhance some of your fundraising moving forward. Very lastly, we do have a few participation prizes for a bunch of folks who's just joining us now. We have some prizes for participating. So the more you engage, the more likely you'll win a prize. The prize is a $20 donation to whichever nonprofit you specify. So it doesn't have to be the nonprofit you work for. It could be your favorite cause or nonprofit. So we'll be happy to make a donation of $20. There'll be 6 prizes, right, Jenna? I believe. Yep, 6 prizes throughout the day. So feel free to participate through the chat function or the Q&A function. All right, so let's get started. So Fundraising Summit, Personalized Impact. When Jenna and I were working on this summit theme, one of the things that really struck out to us is that donor experiences as well as personalization yield a strong result in terms of fundraising results. A lot of times we think about fundraising as a spray and pray mentality, where we think about, okay, we have a giant list of donors, let's just blast this one message out. Or we have a social media post with a great story, let's just post it online and see what happens. The challenge of that is that every donor's journey is very different. Every donor, what they care about, as well as where they are in the process in the journey, is very different. So it's hard to have a one-size-fits-all story or one-size-fits-all fundraising technique that really resonates with the majority of the audience. So what we found through the CauseVox giving study last year is that 70% of donors are more inclined to donate actually when they have a personalized journey or a personal connection with the cause or the beneficiaries or even the staff members. So there's a huge result of what happens in terms of fundraising when you're able to personalize not only the donor journey, but personalize the message and the marketing and the appeal that you send to them. So one of the things we want to explore today is how we can unpack this theme of personalization, how you can carry it to every type of fundraising that you do, not only when it comes to digital fundraising, but when it comes to corporate sponsors, when it comes to peer-to-peer fundraising, or even when it comes to events. So we're exploring this today from 10 a.m. Eastern all the way to 4 p.m. Eastern. So we have a packed day of a bunch of speakers and super excited to share with you on some of the insights. But before we get started with the agenda, let's talk about CauseVox real fast. Who are we and why are we doing this? So CauseVox is a fundraising platform for nonprofits. I started this company 14 years ago, still running today because I love it. What we do today is we help organizations craft unique donor experiences. So we allow you to customize your donation forms as well as your fundraising websites, as well as to manage your donors all in the one place. Some of the big components of what we do over here is we love to make fundraising personal again for nonprofits. You know, a lot of times fundraising becomes really clunky because you have a lot of different systems. We roll everything into one, meaning that our product really focuses on four big things. One is the acquisition of donors through your fundraising sites and donation forms, so you can make it branded and customizable, so it helps support the telling of your story. What we also help you do is nurture your donor relationships through our stewardship tools, through our outreach tools like email and text. And then from there, we help you collect the donations through easy to use donation forms that are modernized and have different payment methods. And lastly, we help you manage your donors too, all in one place. So a few big product areas that we focus on. One is our site and pages, which you're able to build fundraising websites and fundraising pages through our platform, through our customizable, easy to use DIY fundraising site editor. So you can create these branded, engaging experiences. We'll also help you create donation forms too. So you can use this to delight your donors to have any type of donations, whether it's one-time giving, recurring giving, or even pledge-based donations all in one place. We also help you with event ticketing. So if you're doing a gala or some type of ticketed event, whether it's free or paid, you can create these forms and embed it onto your fundraising sites on CauseVox without having to touch a line of code. And then we also help you with peer-to-peer fundraising. So this is one of our bread and butters where we first started 14 years ago, creating peer-to-peer pages. We have multi-tier peer-to-peer pages with personal pages, team pages, as well as org pages to help you acquire and increase giving from first-time donors. We love to focus on this idea of dynamic elements too, where you can put in progress bars, counters, automated matching, all just instilled within your fundraising websites and donation pages, so you can engage donors through these dynamic elements, whether it's a progress bar, a counter, leaderboard, all that stuff. And very lastly, we'll help you manage your donors all in one place. So all the donations that you get, as well as offline donations, you can import it into CauseVox, and then we help you organize all the donor information so you can easily see your giving history of all of your donors. Now, if you're looking for more info about CauseVox, if you're on the stage of where you're not happy with your current fundraising platform, if you're looking for something else, feel free to check us out. We'll be happy to chat at this link over here. All right. Well, without further ado, I'd love to go into the Fundraising Summit agenda. I'm going to hand it over to Fundraising Summit agenda. I want to hand it over to Jenna. There you go.
Thank you. Yeah, cool. So we have a great lineup of amazing speakers today. So I'll briefly just run through all of them just so you have it in your mind, and then you can stay with us the whole time or come and go for certain sessions that you want to check out. So to start us off in just a few minutes, Kelly McLaughlin is going to talk about stewardship, how to succeed in stewardship without really trying. That sounds like the one for me. And then at 11 a.m. Eastern to 11:30, we've got rhythm making for fundraisers with Taylor Johnson. So if you're looking for kind of a way to get like a rhythm in your day to avoid any burnout and to just like really focus on your your mission, check out Taylor's session. We'll take a quick break. During the break, we'll review the information that we learned so far. We will award 2 of our $20 donation prize winners for participation. So remember to keep chatting us. And then we'll move on to peer-to-peer fundraising with Catherine Lacefield at 11:40 to 12:10 Eastern. Moving on to designing websites with Drew Jessup and Lee Brennan at Sunday Roast. And then we will chat with Chris Barlow, who's going to talk to us about how to attract corporate partners. And that's from 12:55 to 1:25 Eastern. And then we will hear from Sabrina Hernandez about, again, stewardship for donor retention. I told you it was a big lineup today. And then we've got one of my favorite friends that I'm looking forward to introduce later, Candace Cody, who is going to talk about storytelling strategies. That's from 1:45 p.m. to 2:15 Eastern. We will hear from Addie Bates at Purpose Possible about building a compelling brand. Who doesn't want to do that? These are incredible. Honestly, I can't wait to hear from all these speakers. We'll take another break. That was a big section. You're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. So we're gonna take another break, and
We will make it. And some of the cool things I'm seeing through the chat right now, thank you for everybody for engaging, is that your number one fundraising challenge a lot of people are looking at is lack of staff or getting started with an annual plan. So that's from Deborah. Biggest challenges I'm hearing are getting donors engaged and responding to communications and emails. I'm seeing a lot of donor engagement. So I love kind of seeing that. I'm seeing some challenges related to stewardship as well. And it looks like a lot of folks are from small teams. So
Yeah.
excited just to hear that. One of the questions we're getting is from Jennifer, will the presentations be available? Yes, in terms of housekeeping, before we announce Kelly over here, presentations will be sent to you, full recordings, the video recordings, but the audio will be sent tomorrow-ish, as well as all the notes will be sent.
Exactly.
Well,
yeah, it's going to be great. Yeah, thanks for chatting in your questions and pain points and all that. We'll wrap up the day with Jared Staub at StoryFind to talk about how to find your best stories. And then George Weiner at Whole Whale will be talking about AI and how to enhance your donor engagement, keywords, and avoid any pitfalls there. And then we'll just close out. We'll award the final 2 prize winners. So we're really looking forward to the rest of today. Just a quick reminder to feel free to use the Q&A panel. Once the sessions start, there might be a optional Q&A at the end of the session, so you can ask the speakers all of your questions at that time. Yeah, Rob, any final words before we kick it off to Kelly?
So for folks that are going to stay with us the whole day, pace yourself, take your break. And just as a reminder, if you do need to take a break, do some work, go hop on a phone call or a meeting, feel free to. You can always rejoin us by clicking on the same registration link that was sent out. So feel free to do that. For folks who are going to stay with us the whole time, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, you got to tell me your tips, like on how to do that. So that's a full packed day. So feel free to just reuse the same registration link to join us if you had to hop out. And just a reminder, this is recorded. Presentations will be sent out as well. So yeah, take breaks. You gotta take breaks on this one too.
Yes, exactly. Oh, I forgot to mention that, yeah, as Rob mentioned earlier, there will be some summit freebies